This is a Mary May Studio production.
Where gaming is not for just your average Joe.
Welcome to Goldcrest Valley. This is a modded map. Originally the map came with Farming Simulator 17, and I still play it because I just love that map so much. But I like this. Look. Still got the red barn over there. This looks very much like the starting farm way back in Farming Sim 17. They had a modded version that came out for 19, but it really was missing a lot of, I would say, a lot of landscape features like these rocks up here. Yeah, this definitely looks like the landscape of Farming Sim. Oh, and here comes the train. Just like in the new versions, the train does go around the map now. Farming Sim 17, it didn't. It was just a vehicle you can jump in and out of whenever you wanted. Let's take a look around the farm. Now, we didn't have a great big tree here in the middle. We did have this little grassy area, though. We had a shed just like this. It was a double shed, though. So that's usually where I kept all my tractors. We also had a shed that looks just like this. It wasn't the workshop, though. It was just decorative. Now this looks like more what we had before. I don't remember if these were the base game. I think these are unique to this map, these sheds here. I don't recall us starting with a header trailer, but I guess that's new. We started with a pickup. It was white. This one is red. We did start out with chickens, although chickens were a fixture of the map. You couldn't do anything with them other than collect eggs. And we have no chickens. Now this definitely was part of the Farming 17 version. The little hen house here. And your first gold nugget was right underneath it. There are no collectibles on this map, though, which kind of sucks. And down along the side of the house was a garage underneath the house. So there was a driveway that went down. That's not the case here. But this tractor and tipper are in the same place as when you start off. Same with the harvester. And just like every map in New Farmer mode, you have 3 fields. One is harvestable, one is harvested, and one is ready to seed. Okay, I had to rearrange a few things here so I can see what I'm doing a little better. And the mic in the way. So field 12, 14, and 15 is again what you start off with, just like we had before. That bridge is still in the same place too. There goes the train again. So this is the one ready to seed. Liming wasn't a thing back then. That came out in 19. So we have a seeder here. There's a lot less roads around the farm. We used to have one that went all the way around this field here. This is the one that was just harvested. So we have a cultivator and a tractor here. just like most maps have. Yes, and there's this shed here too. This was also a double. And if we go back to this red barn, if you start on Farm Manager, start from scratch, this red barn I believe will always be here. And this is the same one that we have in Elm Creek. Interesting. Can't go down because they did not dig out the ground for a basement for this thing here. But this was a sell point for hay. Your hay and straw. And you could always come right through here to your silo. And on this side used to be your dump station. So all these trees in that weren't here. And you'd come in this side to fill. Now they're both on the same side. And right in here used to be a long blue shelter that I usually just tore down and put something else there. It was so awkward to use. What is going on here? Oh, the deer was on top of the tree. Okay, I was thinking of getting a vehicle here, maybe driving around the map a bit. So far I'm liking this transition from Farming 17 map over to Farming Sim 22. The one for Farming Sim 19 didn't work out well. So we do have fertilizing contracts. Animals, we do have a cow barn, a sheep barn, and a chicken pasture. But no animals in them. And we have seasonal. And on the map we have 3 fields we own. And you also start off with this one, which you never did. Field 27. The cow pasture is here like it was before. But field 32, 33, and 27 used to be one big field that just wrapped around. Other than that, the field shapes and the look of them all look exactly the same, other than right there. Looks like there's different forest logging areas available. Now the train is different. It goes off the map and then comes back on. Probably because of that rental thing that we have now. It used to have 2 loops. And the train used to meet here by field 11 right here. And that's where you'd meet the 2 different trains. So around our farm used to be 1 loop. And it would come up here around the biogas plant and back down. The other one around the big lake here. And this used to be the train station up here. So yeah, not a lot different map-wise. Just the odd thing here and there. I did notice there is no pig farm though. Up this dirt track here from field 12, there was a pig farm up here. Right at the side of the road here. That's not there. Although now you have to buy the animal pens, the barns and the pastures. They brought that in Farming Sim 19. Whenever you wanted animals, you only had those ones to work with. It was the ones that were already on the map. They brought in that construction placeable element before in the last edition of the game. Okay, let's take a drive around. I want to see all this map has to offer, all the production points and everything. I'll zoom out a bit here so you see a little bit more of this map. Now, before you just bought the fields, you used to be able to cut all the grass you wanted, and cut down all the trees you wanted everywhere. The crossbuck and railway gates here look a little different. Weeds is also another thing that's new to this. Back in Farming Sim 19, we had weeders, but they were solely for fertilizing. They didn't actually weed. Ever since this game came out, I've stopped playing Farming Sim 17. I played it since almost every day since the pandemic started. Okay, up here, field 31 in the bottom corner. It used to be the animal dealer. Is it still? Now, this used to be Mary's farm, and it once again still is. So it looks like a selling point. Sell point here. Sale every week, licensed and bonded. Livestock. Okay, so this is still your animal dealer, and it looks like it's the same look as Elm Creek has. We'll just go around the bottom of the map for right now. Looks like a lot of fields that are ready to harvest. This looks like a sorghum field. We haven't done anything with that crop yet. And there is one of these shelters here. They seem to put these shelters in every single spot that they were in Farming Sim 17. And there used to be only certain locations like this house up here that you could sell eggs at. Not the case in this game. And as we come into town here, these gravel roads are a bit wider. There used to be like a little camp shelter here, right on the corner. A picnic shelter. Now the cow barn is right here. There never used to be a hayloft. It was only a decorative little shack there. There was a silage bunker, so that's the same. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff for mowing and baling here. We should have a look at that. What's in the garage? Okay, so you do start with tractors, the tipper, the truck, cultivator, seeder, header, and all this stuff in front of us here. Windrower, tedder, mower, and forage wagon, and a baler. And there used to be a road that went all around this. Not the case here. There used to be a really annoying tree right here. It used to be about right where I'm about to stop this truck. It was about right here. And whenever you started a contract on this field here, it would always line up your equipment right next to the tree here. So whenever you had to get started, back up and put your weights on, you always backed into that tree. So first thing I always did when I played on Farming Sim 17 again was always tear down that stupid tree. Okay, so we got a fuel station up here. That's the same area it was before. And we have... in here used to be the bakery somewhere. And this is the spinnery. In roughly the same area as it was then. However, the building looks very much new, like it does in Elm Creek. Now up here should be the shop. And indeed it is. And the parking lot is laid out almost exactly the same. I remember there being more parking. Now we have a bowling alley next to it now. That appears to be a sell point, just like in Elm Creek. In the Buck Farm series, the store looks a bit different. It looks just like the newer version. Hey, I'm trying to do a map tour here. This is the main highway. Goes right across the map. And up here was... it was a sell point, but what was it? Something Brothers, I think it was? The Gomez Ridge, that's right. And it is still Gomez Ridge. I like how there's little signs on those sell points now. Now if we go over here, we'll just go up the other side of the town now. There's 4 different symbols up here. It looks like this is a storage facility here. Okay, so we can rent the train from here. What else can we do? There's a dump station and a filling station. And there's a lime station. I always had to write down what I had in all these various storage areas, because it never did tell you what you had in storage and where. There was 3 different storage places for the railway. So this would have been the one in town. There was one by the pigs. Oof. Oh, come on, guys. Cars travel so much faster. Okay, and coming down here, what do we got? Looks like we got the dairy. So there is various production buildings around the map. And over here we have what? We have the bakery. And the grocery. So the bakery is a production building, grocery is a sell point, just like it is in the Buck Farm series that I have. That'll do it for this end of the map. We can start making our way around the rest of it now. And there's the tunnel on the other side of the map. I used to cut all the grass in through here. There was always a lot of grass around that field. And then I would come up here to this field 16 that I always had planted in grass. And I came down here to the right where I did all my logging. I first started playing Farming Sim 17 when I went back to school. I went to Nate. Now, what do we got down here? This was always the decorative building. Oh, this is the carpentry. That's exactly what it is. What was it called here? Twin Pines? And it had all the trees in behind that I turned into my logging operation. Which is still there, all this logging area. However, you do have to buy it. Okay, the field itself is that. You can buy this forestry area. Oh, good. So it's not just fields. For the most part, it is. Which isn't a bad thing. Kind of takes you back to when you could only buy fields. You do get some of the surrounding areas. The biggest field on the map was always this one here. The value of it is 428,000. Now, how many fields did I end up with when I stopped playing? I had field 8 as well. I had 2 up on the hill here, 1 and 6. I had 10 and 21. 18, 22, 23, 24, 19, 16, 20, 13, and 9. Yeah, I had a big operation going. Okay. So for the most part, you'll end up buying just a field and a little bit of the surrounding area. You don't buy big plots of land. Which is what Farming Simulator became in Farming Sim 19. Now up here was Pacific Grain on the right side here. Now this is... Okay, so that's a grain mill now. Part of the production system. Back here is where I came for all my water from the reservoir back there. All animals needed water. Now there was a lot of trees around this field here. There is not now. This used to be the railway depot for... that was by the pigs. So you have a dump station, a fill station, and it looks like a dump station and fill station for rail, and train rental, and right here used to be the pigs. Not no more. Biogas plant is here on the right. How does it look? Very similar to Elm Creek's. The thing that I don't like about this is it doesn't have the silage bunkers, which I guess you don't need anymore. I always filled them up and had a huge, planted everything in corn and did a big silage harvest. I'd fill all the bunkers up and let them ferment, and then I would just keep selling them all the time. I had a continuous supply of money coming in that way. This used to be a shortcut to the top of the map. And it is not anymore. There is like a water production thing here though. Some kind of decorative element. It does keep it looking similar though. Now here used to be a train station that was not necessarily usable. The heck? Okay, we got a train rental here. It looks like something is supposed to be here. You'd think there'd be something supposed to be here. Floating cars! Go right under them. Floating logs. So what is this supposed to be? What, modder just never finished this? I guess we will get an update on this map and this will be changed. Coming up on the left used to be the sawmill. Oops, I missed the road. Missed the bridge, sorry. Yeah, the sawmill's right here. And it once again is the sawmill. And you used to sell logs by backing them into the pond there. Same sawmill that we have. Hey, you ran into me. Okay, we have 3 different production buildings here. What do we have here? We have a sugar mill. We have the rock crusher. This used to be where the hotel was. Now it's a sugar mill. And up here is another grain mill? Maplefield Mill. Okay, it's nothing. Just looks decorative. But there's some blue dot there. It must do something. Maybe it's a sell point? It is. That used to be where the train station said the train sell point was. Okay, that just takes us back into town. So I'll flip around the other way. And we'll head up the hill. Up to We'll see the brothers that were up here. Now, if I remember correctly, there used to be a slurry sell point up here. Oh, here we are up the hill. And at the end here used to be a long shelter, and it's not there now. And yes, it is another sell point. The right agribusiness. Well, this ended up taking a lot longer than I anticipated. Thought it was only going to be like 30 minutes or something. But that should be the whole map. We've covered to town, we've covered all the different sell points, production points around the map. There should be another fuel station right up here. It's the one I often used. It was a lot closer to the farm. I usually just stocked up a trailer full of fuel and just kept it on the farm. Ground texture looks kind of weird though. Looks like it's abandoned. Nope. I got $2 of fuel. They just forgot to pave the parking lot, I guess. Okay, that'll do it. Let me know if you want me to start a series on this. I'm kind of excited to do that. But there is another base game map too. So yeah, leave a comment and let me know if you want to start one here or on the other base game map for Farming Sim 22. And also leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And thank you guys so much for joining me if you stuck all the way through this. I'm Joe. I sure do appreciate it. Well, that was a great parking job. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.